South Africa.
The fact that democracy and freedom of speech and calling out against other countries, third world countries, the Arab world, for their dictatorship against freedom of speech. But then you're practicing the same. You are practicing the same. These international journalism bodies practicing the same against all these rules and regulations that they have lectured about for years.
Yeah. Can you please tell us about some of the colleagues, of your colleagues who've lost their lives or who have been injured in Gaza?
So, one of my best friends who has lost his life in Gaza was Samir Abu Daqqa, who is also a Jazeera cameraman. Samir was, despite being a colleague, he was a personal friend to me, a personal friend to my family, to my husband. And he had his entire family in Belgium for the past 6 years. And that summer was the first time that Samir went to see his family. It was the first time that he was able to go see them from 6 years. And he was very happy. And we returned that from our summer vacation. I went to Lebanon and to Egypt, and then returned to Gaza, and he went to Belgium and returned to Gaza. We returned together on the same day. And we spent all these long hours in the border, just trying to cross. And he was telling me about how much happy he is that he was finally able to see them. He felt that his sons and daughter have grown up in these 6 years very much. But in the war, he told me he was very glad that he was able to keep them out of Gaza, to keep them safe. He told me that the first thing that he's going to do when the war ends is he will go to them because he really misses them. So he died with all that, with all that missing in his heart. But Zayn, his other sons and daughter and his wife, they weren't able to even say goodbye to their dad. You know that feeling when you can't even say goodbye to them? You can't touch him, you can't hug him for the last time. They weren't able to do that. Hamza, Wa'il Dahduh's son. Hamza was he was so much younger than me, but he was such an awesome guy. He was like a young brother to me. We joked a lot. Something about this war was that we had no coffee at all. And you know how much coffee is important for journalists when you don't have even the privilege to sleep or rest. And Hamza always used to keep a container of coffee and give me a small amount every time I come from the field. So he would make me a very small cup of coffee. It was like literally this small, but it was a very big thing. It was this very small cup of coffee. It was a very big thing. And it was very precious. And he was that close to me. I didn't cry. I didn't cry when Samar was killed. I didn't cry when Hamza was killed. The first time I cried was when I was speaking to Wa'il, and he told me, Youmna, Hamza really loved you. And I just felt how I lost a brother. I lost a younger brother. And that was when I was, for the first time, able to cry.
Did you talk amongst yourselves as journalists and kind of question and second guess and say, you know, guys, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe we need to get out. How did you keep, what motivated all of you to keep showing up every day? I mean, I know you said on the first day it wasn't a question. You were up, you were dressed, you were out. But what kept you going once you realized what danger you were all in?
The abundance of the world. That feeling of abundance from the world. That bitter feeling when you look at yourself and you say, why has this world abandoned us like that? Why are we not on the news day and night? Why aren't our children that are being killed, that are being injured, that are being deprived of medical treatment, that are being deprived of food and water? Why is the world silent about all these war crimes? Why aren't they fighting to enter the Gaza Strip, to see for their own eyes, to cover like us? That taste of abundance by the world, for me as Youmna, was an enough motivation to keep going. And I know that for so many other colleagues, it is that motivation. Because honestly, under the conditions that we are working, or we were working, and they are still working on every single day, there's no professional duty that will keep you rolling and bearing all these struggles and all this pain every single day, except if you have a stronger motivation, a responsibility within you that I will keep going because there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of innocents who depend on me.